When I was driving home from Knock, I was so impressed to see 11,000 people at Knock today. And I go quite a bit to Knock every second week, or sometimes every week on a Saturday. And you see many pilgrimages, you see many events, but I've never seen it like that. Now I do remember in the 1980s, the odd time we do go to Knock, the place would be absolutely jam-packed, and we would have the all-night vigils and stuff like that. And I do remember Knock in that era. But I suppose today, we're wondering around Ireland, well, how can we engage the youth in the faith? How can we engage the next generation? How can we pass on the faith? And I was just talking to a friend of mine who is a member of the Syro Malabar Church. And I said, well, how come your church is so vibrant? It's so, how do you engage the youth in the faith? And they take it seriously. They take their faith seriously. And they spend half an hour to an hour instructing their kids in the faith and praying at home. We don't do that. Our kids do not get 7 hours of faith formation a week, or not even 3 hours of faith formation a week. And I'm just thinking of my own experience. We were Catholic in Ireland, but we didn't know the faith. We practiced the faith. We went to Mass. We did what the priest said. People were Catholic, but we didn't know the scriptures. We didn't understand the truths of the faith. Well, we didn't have a catechism, We were catechized, but we weren't taught the faith, to actually understand what are all the truths of the faith. And I'm just reflecting on when my own kids, when they came home from primary school, and we were listening to what was being taught. And really what the church needs to get together now is to tell parents, is to say, look, the faith will not survive unless parents teach their children the faith. It is the laity that will save the faith in Ireland. If Irish parents do not teach their children the faith, first of all, you have to live it yourself. You have to be a witness of the faith yourself. You have to embody the faith yourself. You have to live in sanctifying grace. You have to be willing to follow that process of theosis, of deification, union with God. I mean, why would you go halfway? You're either God is a personal friend, and I mean, a personal relationship with Christ doesn't even come close to expressing what that union is. It is incredible, simply incredible. And do we believe enough to actually do that and to actually give it to our kids? To actually sit down and say, this is so serious. I want to help you to practice. I mean, we weren't taught this. And I don't remember my cousins. We did pray the Rosary sometimes. And the Rosary was prayed in Irish families. But that was the extent of it. That was the extent of prayer many times in a family. Now, it's not. I'm just reflecting because, when we look around Ireland, we're looking at a very secular Ireland. We're looking at, just look this evening what they will have on national television. The satanic performance on national television in Ireland today. Now, I don't watch it, so I don't. But that's where we have fallen for. I mean, majority of Catholics voted for abortion, voted for same-sex marriage, voted for, and then we wonder, I mean, even looking at the liturgy that's celebrated in the Syro Malabar Rite, they took effort to prepare an altar. They took effort to have vestments. All of the priests, the 30 or 40 priests, had the same vestments on. Sometimes you show up to an Irish Mass, and if there's concelebration, half the priests won't put on a vestment. They put on a stole and they'll sit there. The altar is just, well, sure, the chalice is placed to one side. You know, the holy sacrifice of the Mass is something serious. If it's serious, we should take it serious. And we should seriously prepare for Mass and have a rite that seriously engages those attending Mass. Look, this is serious. So we have taken the time to show it's serious and we've prepared for it. Most Irish Catholics don't take their faith seriously because what we're presenting to them at Mass, we don't present to them seriously. And then, since we do we believe? Do we actually believe? I honestly wonder. You know, because when you see it at different Catholic events around Ireland, and I follow most of them, you would struggle to get 11,000 Irish Catholics at a single event. Even when the Pope visited Ireland back in 2018, I wasn't in Ireland at the time, I was in Poland. But I remember in Croke Park, it certainly wasn't the John Paul II attendance, you know? And when we look at Mass attendance around Ireland, it's of a certain age bracket because we're not taking the faith seriously. And our Lord has looked at us and said, look, if you don't take me seriously, my spirit will walk away from you. You've created your own idols in Ireland. Us Irish, we have our own idols and our own demons. Money, corporation tax, our second holidays, our second cars, our second homes. Not that I have one. Money, nightlife, pubs, alcohol, gambling, cocaine. You know, we would struggle to get 10,000 people at a Catholic event, but 120,000 people taking cocaine is possible in Ireland. And imagine the amount of money that is spent on drugs. And we're not any happier because of this. I suppose, where am I going? Unless the Irish Church takes faith formation seriously, and that starts with Irish laity, us, but the church as well, unless priests take the faith seriously, bishops take the faith seriously, and a program of faith formation is taken seriously, how can God take us seriously? How can God seriously work with us? Where is our heart in all of this? Where is our heart for our Lord in preaching the faith in Ireland? Where is the heart? When you hear some priests, and I don't like saying this, but preaching a homily, I said, where is your heart in what you're saying? In your preaching? Do you actually believe to lay your heart into a sermon? You know, and Irish Catholics, do you actually believe? Where's your heart in the faith that you will actually pass it on to your children? It's the one thing I said to my kids when I die. The only thing that I ask them to do is to practice the faith. Even for Christmas, I would say the only thing I want for Christmas or Easter is that you come to Mass. You know, when I do a will, when I do die, I will not be leaving money to my kids. I will leave them the faith, hopefully, by the grace of God. Now, it's been a real struggle because, you know, it's a struggle in Ireland for those that love the faith. But, you know, it's something that we need to take seriously. It really is. And, you know, when one side of the church is weak, God sends his prophets, his messengers, his witness. And that's what we see in the Syro-Malabar Church. Prophets, saints, those that live the faith. Boots on the ground Catholics. You know, and, you know, God knows we need them for these times. We need to know how to pray. We need to know the faith. We need faith formation. That's critical. To spend time with our Lord, to feed off him. So many Catholics are unwilling to do this. Maybe because they don't know what they don't know. But now it's time to show them. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.